Welcome to a discussion on discovering your roots through ancestry. Every person's experience is unique, just like the ancestors who came before them. We all know that we don't get to choose who our ancestors are, and we certainly have no influence on the past decisions they made. History, like people, can be unpleasant and messy at times. So, what we uncover may occasionally make us uncomfortable, and that's okay. But history can also have moments of triumphs and celebration. We may find out our distant relatives did some pretty incredible things. The point is, by learning more about our roots, both the celebratory and the uncomfortable parts, we learn more about ourselves and our position in society. This is the purpose of this lesson, so let's dive right in. Our ancestry shapes who we are in more ways than we might realize. It's like a pattern woven with threads of history, culture, and identity. By understanding our ancestry, we gain insights into our heritage, which are the cultural, linguistic, religious, and family traits that are passed down by those who came before us. This self-exploration can enrich our perspective of the world. Tracing our lineage involves exploring our family tree, connecting generations, and understanding the stories that define us. In this unit, you will have an opportunity to do some self-exploration and create a family tree or chart for yourself. Genealogy charts help us visualize these connections, and advancements in DNA testing have made it easier to uncover our ancestral origins. Technology, like the internet, allows us to access records, databases, and to connect to images and stories that were once only possible with archival visits and paper records. Now there are even companies that allow you to access an extensive genealogical database with just a cotton swab of the inside of your cheek. Some families have record keepers or storytellers who hold the knowledge of the family's history. And some people know very little about their family backgrounds for several reasons. These can include adoption or the trauma resulting from colonization and enslavement. Our cultural heritage is a treasure trove of traditions, languages, customs, and practices passed down through generations. Exploring your cultural heritage helps you better understand yourself and where your family comes from. These practices may also provide insight into your ancestry, as well as the paths your ancestors took in order to bring you to where you are now. As the political activist Marcus Garvey stated, a people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Take a moment and think. What family traditions or customs do you have? Where might they come from? Why are they important to your family? Understanding our ancestry requires examining the historical context in which our ancestors lived. Humans are complex. They do not always make the best decisions, and unfortunately, can be capable of some pretty terrible things. Humans are also capable of great acts of kindness and making miraculous discoveries. But just like in modern day, our ancestors navigated a world confronting their own systems of power, hierarchies, social identities, and narratives. Historians try to provide context to human history and the actions of people in the past. They considered the world and the era they inhabited. By looking into the experiences, challenges, victories, and contributions of our ancestors, we get a better understanding of the world they navigated. While you cannot change what happened in your past, you can learn how your ancestry may impact your present place in the world. And in doing so, you can become more aware of the nuances within your own positionality. In other words, your position in society is based upon your predetermined social and cultural identity. This is something that you do not get to choose, but are rather ascribed by social norms. In essence, it's what you are born into. Our ancestry intersects with other aspects of our identity, such as gender, race, and socioeconomic background. Recognizing these intersections helps us appreciate the complexity of our identities and the experiences of others. Exploring ancestry isn't always straightforward. There can be challenges, controversies, and ethical considerations, such as identity conflicts or cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation is the unacknowledged or inappropriate adoption of the customs, practices, and ideas generally taken from a marginalized group by a more dominant group. We will explore these types of challenges and considerations in greater detail in a future video lesson. It's important to approach this topic with respect and sensitivity. Now let's take a moment for some self-reflection. Think about what you might like to learn about your ancestors. What questions would you ask them to learn more about yourself? Where would you go and who would you ask to help you begin to understand more about your ancestors? What do you hope to discover about your ancestry? Be sure to write these ideas down. You may use them for future assignments and projects. As young learners, your journey into your ancestry is just beginning. Whether it's researching your family history, participating in cultural events, or simply asking questions, you have the power to uncover the stories that have shaped you. Sometimes the task may seem overwhelming, or you may experience more challenges than discoveries. Do not give up. Just know it is a process of self-discovery. Try to be patient with yourself and the process. After this lesson, remember to look back at your notes to remind yourself, who might you need to contact to help you start your ancestral discovery? Thanks to technology, it can be easier than ever before to connect with people from around the world to share your stories, experiences, and insights. These connections help us bridge geographical gaps and build global friendships. Exploring our ancestry is a journey that invites us to discover our own history, culture, and identity. Remember, understanding where we come from helps us navigate where we're headed. And keep in mind your path may take unexpected twists and turns. Do your best to remain open-minded, ask questions, and be patient as you explore your own roots. Thank you for watching.